So I notice, speaking of diets, that you're feeding these birds some great stuff compared to probably what they were getting.
So, and that's my daughter. That was her expertise. She is our exotic avian manager. She has a lot of, she's taken a lot of courses, and she's bought some of those courses, most of those courses she bought herself to train herself up. And then she works with a couple of zookeepers throughout the country to help her get those diets. And she's done such an incredible job. We actually have birds that have come in, plucked, and they're starting to grow their feathers back. It's really amazing to see. It was so amazing that our USDA inspector noticed it. He was like, Jen, that's incredible. I was like, I know.
When I saw it yesterday, I was asking you about it because I saw the feathers growing back, and when you told me it was the diet, and it just makes sense. And humans and dogs, it's all about what you eat.
Yeah, well, everything that we consume, even for animals, it makes a huge difference. We've gotten birds in that they said, let's see, Elvis, you met Elvis yesterday. Mm-hmm. He was inside and he was plucked pretty bad. His papa passed away. And he went to like a foster home situation. They did. They were giving him like hot dogs and chicken wings, and that's not proper diet. Lots of salt.
Who would think that's acceptable?
Apparently, the internet told them it was okay, and I tried to search the internet for that to come up, and that never did come up. So you could tell that he was starting to grow those feathers back.
Can they eat protein like that, or
not really? I think they're opportunists when they're in the wild. Like they'll come across a bug, they might eat it, but they really have a low protein diet. So lots of fruits, veggies. We have a special pellet that we give them that we buy every month, and it's just the perfect. We don't do a lot of seeds for parrots that aren't active flyers. Like wild birds, it's fine for them to eat those seeds because they burn those calories off. So for parrots, it builds up like fatty liver, kidney issues, heart disease. So we really stick with, they get a little bit of safflower seed, which is very good for their skin and everything. We stay away from peanuts. Peanuts are actually very fatty and very bad for our parrots. No salt, nothing with salt in it. So it's, we heard the phrase Polly want a cracker growing up. Yeah, Polly probably did not live too long because
with the salt on the cracker.
Yeah.
It's such a shame because people are buying these birds and they're not educated on how to take care of them.
But it's the part that breaks my heart the most is they're very sensitive out of all the animals. But when we get an animal in, we should know proper diet. Yeah,
you would think there'd be some research going with that, but besides the diet, what other conditions were harming these birds when you got them?
Lack of enrichment is a big thing. So we're able to, our gift shop actually pays for all of our enrichment. So everything that is purchased, from our gift shop when guests come in and buy things, it goes back to the animals. So we buy enrichment for them and special foods. And that's
I saw some of them were having issues with wings and different things. Does that come from the food or from their environment they were living in?
Probably a little bit of both, mostly diet. Because I guess from what I was told, improper food causes like really itchy skin and everything. So they'll just pluck and pluck and pluck. And sometimes like we're shocked actually that these feathers are coming back. Some of them, not all of them will, because that follicle's been damaged, but it affects them mentally and physically in every capacity. So I really push when I find out like a guest has a parrot, it's like, oh, what are you feeding them? And I kind of, and then we educate them and, give them a sample of what our diet is and just to help them on that journey with their pet.
So would you advise people even buy birds, or is that something to just stay away from? Or
so I love when people want to get parrots. I do, but do your research. They are a lot of work. It's hard to go on vacation with them. Like you have to have a community that helps you, with those. And you have to realize they're really loud. Like we have 22 cockatoos because they are loud and they have a bite force at 350 PSI.
Wow.
And so they can tear down, chew on doors and walls, and the bite, like I have scars from it. So.
And how long do they live?
Oh, some of them can live 80 years.
So people don't know that, right?
Yeah.
When they're committing to it.
That's the biggest thing, is not knowing how long they can live. It is literally a lifetime animal. And you have to realize, like somebody my age, I would never get a baby.
Yeah.
All rescues, because they get so attached to their human.
Do they really? So that's the issue when you go on vacation and somebody else comes and feeds?
Yeah, a lot of stress. So most birds have one human that they love. I have 2 parrots at home that, we're really lucky that they love both my daughter and I. So we could both take them out and work with them.
Nice.
Yeah.
I saw you playing some music for them too.
Oh my gosh. So they're big Swifties.
Really?
They are in this big Taylor Swift thing, and
seeing them dance was the cutest thing.
Yeah, what's the funniest part is they did a study on cockatoos, and they know 30 different dance moves. Isn't that so funny that, this study.
Have you seen different moves? Or?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. We have some that just sway back and forth. Some turn themselves around. Some bob their heads up and down. It's so funny. There are so many different moves.
Yeah, I thought you were just joking when you turned on the music, but seeing them dance was...
Yeah, they love music. They love music.
So many highlights to that place. Every time you mention stuff, I'm like, that's my favorite. That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
Try working there and having your favorite. I can't, because they're just they all have the biggest personalities, every animal that we have on there. And it's just, they do different things and they make my day. I love them.
One of them, you said, did a magic trick or helped with one?
Oh, Ray. So we had an influencer, a magician. I think he's the Magic Crasher. Came out to the sanctuary last weekend and did a card trick with Ray, which is on Instagram. And she did perfect. She was so good.
Ray is a star.
She is a huge star.
Yeah.
I love taking her to schools because she's just very calm. And she's figured out ways to make kids laugh. And the last school we went to, it was so amazing because they'd work on ecosystems and biomes. And a child asked my daughter a question like, what would Ray's job be if she was in the wild? And she goes, well, she would be a forest gardener, and you just see it click in the kids. So a forest gardener, so basically cockatoos will spread seeds all over the forest. So they're planting trees and plants, and which benefits all the animals in the forest.
Even though they could have ate that seed themselves.
I mean, they could have dropped it by accident or whatever, but they literally.
So they're important.
They're very important to our ecosystem. And so we've come up with a lesson plan for teachers, and we're going to start putting them on our website. So it'll be a free resource for teachers.
That's awesome. Yeah. The kids must go crazy when she walks in, huh?
So much fun because that's something they wouldn't normally see. Yeah. And so when it comes into the classroom, and it was just, I loved how the kids, it clicked with them, with their lesson. It made it very special. That's
so awesome. Yeah, people will be able to see it on our YouTube video when we filmed at your place.
Yeah.
She was in the beginning, at the end. She's just a star. Who's her human?
My daughter,
really?
Kylie. She's very good about going to several different people, but my daughter Kylie's that's her person, her ride or die, basically. Yeah.
That's awesome. Does your daughter spend a lot of time there?
She does. Yeah. Yeah. She, she specializes in the parrots, and so she works on training them and diets and vet visits. So she takes all that on.
That's awesome. Yeah, that place is lucky to have you guys. When we were walking around, I saw some goats.
Yeah. So we have 3 different sets of goats.
Okay.
So we have some pygmies, some alpine, was what I was told that they were. So they're the bigger goats. And then what are the Nigerian dwarf goats? Yeah.
Yeah, those are awesome. We had 2 of them. Unfortunately, they're no longer with us, but we still have some La Manchas. So we have 4 goats at home. They're fun.
They are.
They like being around people.
They do. So on the weekends, you can buy cups of biscuits to feed the goats, and they love it. They love that interaction with people, and it's so funny because we have a lot of volunteers that come in. They clean up the goat pens, and the goats are rubbing their horns on the brooms, and they're cleaning thing and just want loves and snuggles, and it's so cute.
Yeah, it's funny. They'll run away from me a couple times, but once I get in their stalls, they just love on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, goats are fun. Miniature horses.
Yeah, we have 2, Baby and Olive. And they actually came from another rescue that was having a hard time with their special needs. Baby is blind in one eye. And what made her a perfect fit for the sanctuary is Dr. Smith is actually one of my board members.
Nice.
And he's an eye doctor for vets. for it's perfect. So he gives that free care for our horse and for baby, and
that's so awesome.
It's amazing. It's just been a perfect fit. She's very sweet. And then Olive came to us because she was extremely overweight, and so
she looked good.
She did. She looks great. She's been with us a year. Restricted diet. She's not happy about it.
No.
You could tell when she came over. I gave her a little biscuit, but
I should have snuck her a carrot in my pocket.
Yeah, she probably would have appreciated it. We're very careful with her, but she looks so much better than what she did. She was starting to get a condition called laminitis because her weight was getting too much, and it's basically where the bone pushes down through the hoof.
Yeah.
So it's very serious, and they caught it early, and they go, "Can you?"
She's good now.
Yeah, she's good now. Yeah, she looks great.
Yeah, we have a miniature horse as well, and with them, you can't let them get overweight with their size. It's really hard on them.
It's different from the larger horses,
because they'll keep eating.
They will. Oh, she will too. Yeah. Yeah, I hear about it all the time.
Should I smuggle her a carrot next time?
I mean, you can. I think a carrot would be okay for her.
And right next to her are the pigs.
Yes, and actually one of her best friends, Olive's best friend, is Porky.
Really?
Yeah. Porky, he's a trip. I love him. He came from the streets of Vegas, is what I was told. We got him from animal control. Apparently, we don't know if he was like let loose or if he got loose, but yeah, he lives with us now, super skinny when we got him. The biggest thing about the pigs they teach is that there's no such thing as a micro pig or a tiny pig, as like that pig's gonna grow up. Potbelly pigs can get up to 200 pounds. And, that's a good size animal to have in your house.
How do we educate people about this stuff?
That's what we've been working on. So I write a lot of blog posts, come and visit us at the sanctuary. We have a newsletter, 12-page newsletter that we put out every month. And we just try to hit as many topics as we can, because it's, people don't have these experiences with animals that I had growing up. And so we try to educate as much as we can.
Look how much you're doing. That's so awesome. I mean, our pig was a rescue from the animal shelter, and he's about 200 and change.
Yeah.
But, somebody got rid of him because he's big.
Yeah.
And people think pigs stay small, but they don't.
They don't, yeah.
And we feed them, 2 organic solids a day. I get excited thinking my wife's cooking for me, but it's really for Mr. Pig. He's super healthy, but he's just a big guy. And the upkeep too, again, their hooves trimmed and their teeth done.
So about every 6 months. So we have a great work with Janice from up Overton, Wendy's Pig Rescue. And she comes and she vaccinates all of her pigs twice a year. And then she comes and cleans their teeth and does their, tusks and their hooves.
Do you have that on Instagram? Because people have to see that. If you haven't seen it before.
I think I do. I know I have it on TikTok, but yeah.
I think I have it on my YouTube. We actually did it once, where we filmed them getting their teeth done and their hooves trimmed.
They're very dramatic with it.
Yeah, they're so dramatic.
And it's only for like 4 or 5 minutes. Like, it's really fast.
Yeah,
they're
they
very
roll
fast
them over. They're fast, and it looks like you're torturing them. But really, it's a blessing for them, because if you don't take care of that,
and you can tell they feel so much better when it's
afterwards,
done.
Yeah. So what else do we have? Did I hit all the animals?
I think so. So we have about 100 parrots, I would say, from the little budgies to the bigger macaws, like the green wing macaws.
What was by the ostrich? It wasn't as big, but the emus. Yes.
Yeah. The emu world is wild. It's so funny, because when we have parents with the school groups come in, and I'll, explain, like, okay, it's the female that lays all the eggs, but it's actually the male that's going to lay on those eggs and hatch them.
That's so wild.
And then they raise the children. So her job is just to lay eggs, and his job is done. And she's done.
Wants nothing to do with it.
Nope. That's his job, and he's very protective. They're very protective over their nest in the wild. It's amazing.
They're pretty big birds too.
Yeah, probably about a third of what an ostrich is, but still huge. An ostrich is the largest bird on land. Yeah.
And people can get these as pets, or it's not allowed? It's illegal.
No, it's wild. They can
really.
They can get an ostrich, and then get emus, and then they figured out it's a lot more work.
Yeah. When we left, I was chatting with my wife, and we have a whole farm too, and I was just thinking, like, some of those animals like should have a license in order to get them, or just to educate yourself, or
so if you're in the city of Las Vegas, there is a special license that you need, a permit from the city, but it's not that hard to get as long as you have the acreage. Then you can get them. But the internet has a tendency, and social media has a tendency to romanticize some of these exotic pets, and not really showing the work that goes into having them. Yeah,
they're cute, and just like all the animals on our farm are cute, but my wife is out there an hour a day, twice a day, taking care of everybody, because it's feeding and cleaning, and you don't have any off days. If you're sick, you still have to roll out there and just handle business. And a little
harder to go on vacation. You have to find somebody to fill in for you.
People ask us all the time, you're working 7 days a week. The real estate business is crazy. Go on vacation and relax. And I'm like, who's going to milk the goats?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And animals get attached. So when you're not there, sometimes they don't eat, and it's a whole ordeal.
Yeah. That's the hardest part about having birds.
I can imagine. So what does your role as a director look like?
So a lot of outreach, and just teaching kids, fundraising, a lot of USDA paperwork goes into it to make sure we, check all the boxes for them.
Is that for funding, or what is that for?
Oh, for the USDA. That is for our exhibitor's license. So we're a part of the city, and since we're exhibitors of the animals, we have to have a special license from USDA.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they come and check. And
we get surprise inspections.
Really?
Yeah, we're regulated with the USDA. So it's a lot of work. Our inspector is like very happy about how we're improving things around the sanctuary. I still have big goals, big changes that I want to make. I feel like I've done a lot in 3 years, but in my head, I have exactly how I want the sanctuary to look and be for guests when they come and visit. And so, I work 60, 70 hours a week because I want those goals to be met. And because I look at Rico and I look at Ray and Olive and Baby and Porky, and I'm like, they deserve the best. And I want to give them that. They're
so lucky to have you. My daughter was volunteering there, and believe it or not, my wife lived on property.
She did,
many, many, many years ago. And they both, when we left there, were like, we can't believe how nice the place looks. Like, you've done amazing things there.
And a lot of that has to do with my, board members, helping me reach those goals, and the community stepping up and helping me. I give them, my vision, and they're like, okay, let's make it happen.
What can the community do to help?
Volunteering always helps. Help us fundraise, help us get the word out.
What are some of the fundraisers? What does that look like?
Well, one of it is we really need new fencing around our llama and donkey enclosure, and each panel. And these are safety panels that were designed for the sanctuary. They're about $1,000 each.
Oh, wow.
So it's a lot of money, but they're solid and they'll last 50, 100 years. Like they're great panels. And so I came up with the idea. I was like, okay, we got, we have the pigs and the goats have a new area. How can I do it for this? So I've actually sold 6 panels. And so there'll be a plaque with a donor's name on it on the panel that they donate.
That's awesome. That's a great idea.
Yeah. And we also use like fleece blankets for the pigs, old dog beds, sheets. And if we get too much of anything, I like to share with the other nonprofits in our community, just so that, I don't want everyone to struggle.
Right.
Like we want to lift everybody up.
That's awesome. Yeah. We did, in my office, we did a blanket donation for the pigs, and, it's, people don't realize in the winter it gets cold for them. And Mr. Pig is awesome. He has his little house, like you can imagine, like a dog house. Yeah. So at night he brings all his blankets inside. During the day he brings them all outside and lays with them. He spends
most of his day outside, so he keeps them with them. Yeah. Yeah, Porky does the same thing.
Really?
Yeah, because you can see that he started taking them outside. When we were there, he had them outside. But at night he'll take them right back inside.
They're so smart. They say they're equivalent to a 5-year-old, but they're so smart, pigs.
I was told probably about 4 times smarter than a dog. I don't know how much that is, but I have a friend that she has a pot belly and house trained, goes in the house with her, and then sleeps in bed with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her best friend.
What you just listened to was the most replayed moment. We have the full episode link in the description below. Thanks again for watching.